Alright, got a Ford F-350 2016 in the shop. It's got a leaking secondary radiator, so we're gonna get started on changing that out. So we gotta pull the headlights, the front grille, then the AC condenser, and I think that's a power steering cooler. Needs to be moved out of the way. So our first task here is to remove this front grille. So we got these 10s up here that need to be removed. And then I think there are some clips down on the bottom. Can't see them yet. We got Alyssa and Marilyn in the shop again today helping me out. This is actually her dad's truck, and they discovered this leak like a couple weeks ago. So here I'm using this really long flat blade screwdriver to push on these tabs that I'll show you here in a second. So we got these tabs down here that I was just pushing out with the screwdriver. Basically just push straight down like that. I'm gonna show you on the car where they slide in. That's where they slide in. So you just push down through this hole. Now we're just working on these plastic side pieces here that are just flopping around and actually kind of broken. So we didn't end up putting them back on. And then we move on to work on taking the headlights out. Headlights are out. It's held in by 4 10mm bolts. Or one right here, one there, and then one there underneath the headlight. Next steps, gotta remove this brace. It's like the lower core support. And we got to remove the upper core support, and then we can start taking the coolers off, and then we can get access to that radiator. Okay, now that this lower core support is removed, we can access the drain bolt right here. I'm going to use my special drain bolt remover to start draining it. I attached a hose. It's going straight down into a pan. Now we start working on getting this front coolant pipe off. It just wraps around the front of the AC condenser here. And here I spray some penetrating oil, and I just use a screwdriver to lightly tap the hose off of the fitting. Got one of the radiator hoses disconnected. We're gonna let this drain nice and slow. But after we get this off, we're gonna lift this up, and then we can swing this coolant or power steering cooler out of the way. Here we're both removing the upper radiator brackets that are attached to these upper core support here on the back, and then I remove the hood switch. And then once all that hardware is removed, there's 2 small pins that need to be hammered down, and then this just lifts right out and you can move it out of the way. And here we move on to unbolting the AC condenser from the front of the secondary radiator. And then finally we remove the final radiator bolts and hoses. Okay, we got all these final hoses disconnected. There's this guy here. I think this goes to the reservoir. On the driver's side, there's one down here that goes into this lower thermostat. And then we removed these 8 mils. There's one here, there's one down in the bottom. One right there. And one down there. And now Alyssa is just gonna hold this out of the way, and I should be able to lift this radiator right out of here. Alright, so we found the source of the leak. It's a small puncture in the bottom of this radiator from probably just road debris making it into the grill. So that's good diagnosis. So now we're just in reassembly. I always love working with Alyssa on stuff like this. I do everything super traditional because I've been doing this for so long. And then she comes up with some totally unconventional way of doing something, and it's always usually better. And it's nice that she doesn't mind getting dirty and gets down with some of these repairs. This is what I was looking at when I was filling it earlier. As you can see, it's up at the top there at the fill range. Alright, we got this puppy back together. Fire up, babe. Oh yeah. It's another successful job. As always, thanks for watching.